Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Alex Soriano and welcome to our first module in technical writing course. Let's start by taking a close look at the cover slide. Notice the visual contrast. We have the modern skyscrapers of a city like BGC or Makati on one side, and the traditional rice terraces of the Cordilleras on the other. Connecting them is a blueprint-style bridge. Why this specific imagery? Because in this course, we aren't just learning how to write essays in the traditional academic sense. We aren't here for self-expression or creative storytelling. We are learning to be architects of information. An architect doesn't just draw a pretty building, they design a structure that stands up and serves a purpose. Our goal is to bridge the gap between expertise and action. You are here to gain specialized skills, but it doesn't matter how brilliant your ideas or technical findings are if they stay locked in your head. If your expertise cannot be converted into action by someone else, it has no utility. Today, we begin learning the engineering behind that bridge. Now, let's look at this gap in detail. On the left, you see the world of specialized knowledge. This is you after 4 years of college. You have the data, the code, and the research. On the right, you have public and professional action. The red arrow in the middle represents the communication void. This void is the XXX unbridgeable distance, where good ideas go to die because they weren't explained properly. In the Philippine context, this isn't just a professional hurdle, it's a high-stakes national issue. Think about technological acceleration. Innovation outpaces public understanding every single day. If a scientist at Pagasa understands a storm surge perfectly but can't explain the evacuation protocol to a local fisherman in a way that creates immediate action, the communication void becomes a matter of life and death. National development, from disaster preparedness to agri-modernization, depends entirely on your ability to articulate your expertise to people who don't share your background. To bridge that void, we use two main bridge designs. Think of these as your two primary tools. 1. Technical writing, the utility bridge. This is purely functional. It's focused on practical application, problem solving, and task execution. The success of this bridge is measured by functional utility. If a user reads your manual and successfully fixes their equipment without calling support, you've succeeded. Key examples include standard operating procedures, SOPs, or troubleshooting guides. 2. Scientific reporting, the knowledge bridge. This is for the dissemination of original research and empirical results. It's about contributing to the global body of knowledge and enabling peer review. Success here is measured by verifiability and reproducibility. If another scientist can read your report and replicate your experiment to get the same results, your bridge is solid. But look at the bottom of the slide. Whether you are writing a manual or a research paper, they share the same shared DNA: accuracy, clarity, conciseness, and audience awareness. Without these four, your bridge, no matter the design, will collapse. Let's zoom in on technical writing. Markel and Selberg, 2021, define it as the process of making and sharing technical information in the workplace. Notice the word process. It's iterative. You analyze audience needs, structure the logic, select the right medium. Is it a PDF, an app, a video, and then you iterate based on feedback. Look at our case study, a local smartphone manual. Imagine your audience is the diverse Philippine public with varying levels of tech literacy. You can't use high-level technical jargon. You need to use visuals, icons, and screenshots to bridge language barriers across our many dialects. The execution must be simple. The goal isn't to show off how much you know about transistors. The goal is to enable independent troubleshooting. If the user feels empowered to set up their device alone, your technical writing has done its job. On the flip side, we have scientific reporting, the blueprint of empirical inquiry. This follows the IMRAD structure: introduction, the context, methods, the recipe, results, the raw facts, and discussion, the interpretation. This structure is a universal language. A scientist in Isabela can read a report from a scientist in Germany and understand it perfectly because the structure is predictable. Take the Phil rice case study on high-yield rice varieties. Here, the audience isn't the general public, it's global agronomists and geneticists. In this case, you should use specialized terms like genomic sequencing or ANOVA, analysis of variants. Why? Because your audience expects that level of precision. Using simple language here might actually make you seem less credible. The purpose is to share verifiable findings that can lead to national food security. It's important to realize that it's not always one or the other. In modern innovation, these two worlds overlap constantly. Look at the drone example on the slide. To create this technology, you need scientific discovery. You have to explain spectral analysis and how multispectral sensors collect data. That's the knowledge bridge. But for that drone to be useful in the field, you need technical application. You need an operational manual with step-by-step pilot instructions, safety checklists, and flight paths. That's the utility bridge. The innovation happens in that middle, vesica piscis, where discovery meets application. Both sides of the circle still rely on that shared DNA, accuracy, clarity, conciseness, and audience awareness. If you're building a bridge, you need strong pillars to hold the weight of your message. These are our 3 non-negotiables. Accuracy, this is about trust. Information must be verifiably correct. In engineering, wrong specs lead to a bridge collapse. In medicine, an incorrect dosage instruction in a manual leads to loss of life. There is no close enough in technical communication. Clarity, there must be no ambiguity. We use direct language. If your instructions are unclear, it could lead to crop failure or massive economic loss. If a technician has to guess what you meant, you have failed as an architect. Objectivity, we deal in impartial facts, not emotions. If you are writing a forensic report or a policy recommendation, bias destroys your credibility. The Philippine government requires neutral findings to make sound laws. Your job is to present the what and the how, not the I feel. Technical communication is essentially user experience, UX, for information. You must design for the human at the other end. A scientist, the expert, reads for peer review, they are looking for flaws in your logic. A farmer, the layperson, reads for action/decision, they want to know if they should plant today or wait. This is audience-centeredness. You must also consider usability and accessibility. Can a person with a disability use a screen reader to navigate your document? Are your headings clear enough for someone to skim and find the safety warning? Finally, remember the sin of omission. Conciseness is a virtue, but never at the expense of completeness. If you leave out a negative impact of a project just to keep the report short or positive, you are misleading your audience. Critical warnings must never be hidden. I want you to see technical communication as the literal infrastructure of the Philippines. It is a series of nodes that drive our country forward. Public safety, Node 1, think of Pegasus typhoon warnings or DOH's outbreak advisories. Precision here saves lives. Innovation, Node 2, when DOST or UPLB communicates research effectively, it attracts international funding and collaboration. Economic development, Node 3, SMEs and corporations need professional business plans and market reports to grow. Competitiveness, Node 4, we are a global workforce. High English proficiency and the ability to write technical contracts secure our standing in international trade. Your writing is the soft infrastructure that supports our hard infrastructure. Let's look at your specific career paths. In agriculture, you aren't just farming, you are creating extension materials. You're explaining sustainable planting and pest control to ensure our food security. In veterinary medicine, you are on the front lines of public health. You write advisories for rabies or avian flu prevention that must be understood by local communities to prevent an epidemic. In criminology, you are documenting the truth. Incident reports and forensic documentation, like DNA or ballistics analysis, must be perfectly objective. If your report is biased or messy, justice cannot be served. In all these cases, your writing is the tool that ensures sustainability, health, and justice. For those in the technical and business sectors, engineering is about more than just building, it's about safety in infrastructure and environmental compliance. You write the design specs and the environmental impact assessments, EIAs, that keep our cities standing and our nature protected. In computer science, you are the glue of the digital economy. Without API documentation and user manuals, software is useless. You facilitate developer collaboration. In business, you are the engine of growth. You write the feasibility reports that secure investments and ensure regulatory transparency with the SEC and BIR. Without clear, honest reporting, the economy stops moving. This is the most important slide of the day, the ethical imperative. Our motto is, do no harm. The Society for Technical Communication, STC, code reminds us that misinformation causes real-world harm. Think about the breach. If you exaggerate a product's efficacy or inflate profit projections to make a deal happen, you are committing a breach of ethics. The consequence isn't just a bad grade, it's fraud charges, loss of public trust, and the endangerment of welfare. Misleading specs can lead to financial ruin for a family or a physical safety threat for a community. Never sacrifice your honesty for a better-looking chart or a friendlier report. To keep your professional integrity, you must live by these three legal and moral obligations. 1. Completeness, avoid the sin of omission. If you're doing a mining study, you must disclose the environmental risks along with the benefits. Don't just show the benefits side of the book. 2. Confidentiality, we have the Data Privacy Act of 2012. You must protect trade secrets and patient records. If you leak data, you aren't just being unprofessional, you're breaking the law. Intellectual property, respect ownership and IPOFL compliance. Proper citation isn't just an academic chore, it is the mark of a professional. It shows you have integrity and respect for the work of others. A patent or a citation is a way of saying, I value the truth. As we wrap up, think about your transition from student to architect. Your toolkit is now being built. You have structure, mastery of IMRAD, logical processes, and organization. Materials, a deep commitment to accuracy, clarity, and ethics. Context, a sophisticated understanding of your audience's needs. The mandate for this course is simple. Whether you are coding a new app in Manila or analyzing soil samples in Isabela, your communication must be responsible, credible, and sound. You are building the bridges our country needs. Finally, remember that being future-ready isn't just about knowing your technical field. It's about your ability to communicate that field effectively and ethically. This is your most powerful tool. Use it to contribute to your profession, elevate the nation's standing, and drive our development.